Hello, today I'm going to show you what's inside of my camera bag. Now this is a Tamrac camera bag, some no-name brand. However, it's perfect for my needs. It's not particularly big, and as a result it's not particularly heavy, and as a result I'm more likely to take it places which I won't take my heavier equipment. So let's have a look what's inside. Now inside of here I'm going to have my perfect 3-lens combination with my favorite camera, the Nikon FM2. Now the reason why this is my favorite camera, I did about 6 months of research before I decided to pick this particular film camera. I wanted something fully mechanical, completely reliable, with decent specs. And this has, for example, if I show you here, it's got focus preview, not focus preview, depth of field preview. You've got a self timer. You've got 1/4000th of a second shutter speed, and it's totally mechanical, meaning the only thing that requires batteries in here is the light meter. So if I decide to put this down for a year, I could still shoot with it. Try that with like any modern camera and you're going to be out of luck. So that's my camera, and attached to it I've got this Nikon 28mm f2.8 lens. Kind of an underrated lens. You don't really see many reviews about it online, but it's made in Japan. It's nice, it does the job. Okay, so that's my camera. Let's just leave that here. With this I've got let's just try and make that focus here. I've got a 50mm f1.4D lens. Now remember, with this year of Nikon, you need lenses which have an aperture ring. So I just make sure that whenever I buy a Nikon lens, it's got that aperture ring. So that's the D series lenses. Okay. In here I've got one of my favorite lenses of all time. This is, let's just focus on this. This is the Zeiss Milvus 100mm macro. It's not a true macro lens, but you can get very, very close focusing. It's got this beautiful metal finish, and it's just a gorgeous lens. It's my favorite lens for the Nikon system anyway. Okay, so that's the camera and the lenses, but I've got a few other goodies. You need your sunglasses, of course. If it's a sunny day, you're going to be constantly taking it off as you raise your camera up to your eye, but there we are. I've got some film canisters, so I've got an empty one here. I've got in here Tri-X 400, Tri-X 400 even, and I've got Fujifilm Natura 1600 in there. As you can see, I generally tend to use quite high ISO films. The reason being is a lot of my shoots are indoors, so I need performance. Now you may be wondering why I've got batteries in here. Now when I make YouTube videos, oftentimes I use a microphone, a lavalier microphone, and that requires batteries which need to be kept at room temperature, and most of my batteries are in the fridge. Also, if I'm using a flash gun, sometimes what I'll do is I'll take the Zeiss out and I'll put a Nikon flash in there, and they require batteries, so I don't want to be out of battery. Okay, and around the back in here I've got the all-important polishing cloth, this one. So this, I just take away any smudges on the lens, that kind of thing. I'm a bit obsessive when it comes to stuff like that. And also, courtesy of Texas Roadhouse, I didn't throw this thing away. This is like a wet wipe. So the reason I take this is because of the acid on the actual wet wipe. If you, say, for example, take your camera out to the beach and you get that sea spray contains salt, and that smear of dirt is really tricky to get off a lens, and these things are perfect for that. Okay, so there we are. That's my camera bag and my camera equipment. Thank you very much for watching. If you don't like it, make sure you give it a thumbs down like all my other crappy videos. Thank you very much. Goodbye.